A woman who can out-rap any man in the game.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
So basically, Rouge tweeted that she is the best female rapper in the game. No matter what's wrong if she feels like that.
There are not many female rappers who speak to each other.
It's so hard for a female rapper. We don't mean that the guys don't allow us in. We just mean that it's more of the audience.
They don't trust us, number one, the males, you know?
Okay.
They always like to be the controlling, especially when you shoot videos or when you want to record your song and you want it to go this route, and they were like, no, take it to this route.
You know what you guys need? You guys need a real good beef.
You just pushing P. A's, yeah, I'm pushing 3. Don't mess with me.
Hunts shooting dreams without a gun, bulletproofing on the run. I might as well hit hard, personifying a drum.
Yeah. Because you need to be able to give a little bit more than just the bars.
And now you need to beef quickly so that the game can elevate to the next level. When we show that we're not just trying to get in because like I'm the chick and I can do it.
I came out, there were no other female rappers that were doing what I was doing.
Since the early 1980s, South African hip-hop has grown significantly as both a musical and social movement. It started in the Cape Flats area of Cape Town in the early 1980s, and the first all-female hip-hop group was Yo Girls, who also emerged in Cape Town in the 1980s.
Yeah. What do you think about the Yo Girls, though? Okay. I know they never recorded anything, we don't have anything with them, I know, but
we can't take anything away from the fact that they did it.
Yeah.
An all 8-member crew. There were 8, right?
Yeah, 8
of them. Imagine.
From Cape Town, right?
Yeah. Cape Flats.
Yeah.
With the Yo Girls, obviously, a lot of other MCs stemmed out of what they did, which is very important.
Yeah.
The 8-member all-female group Yo Girls is considered the first all-female hip-hop group in South Africa, though they never recorded music. They did, though, perform at Base, a popular club in South Africa, where other pioneering hip-hop groups like Prophets of the City also performed. Later in the early 2000s, during the post-apartheid period, the first female group to actually record would be Godessa, the first all-female hip-hop group in South Africa to sign a record deal. Godessa was the most well-known female hip-hop group in South Africa, and the 2007 documentary South Africa's Sister in Hip-Hop is the only documentary that chronicles the participation of women in South African hip-hop.
Okay. Yo, mashambla uyifake indasho gcwele steak unquma uqheke kokokeke gqibizeke soloko namahuma umepfuka ulalisa umamelene negane xaza sithi qumqum.
Over the years, South Africa slowly saw the emergence of over a dozen female artists into the mainstream hip-hop scene.
Well, I'm pleased to welcome into the show the trio behind Godessa. Eloise Jones, also known as E.J. Von Lyric, is the group's vocalist and producer. Bernadette Amanshore, or Bernie, is one of South Africa's leading spoken word artists. And Shemima Williams got her start as an MC, going toe-to-toe with other artists in the numerous battles or contests that took place.
One question that us as South African hip-hop fans need to ask: are we claiming Mshosa? Is Mshosa South African hip-hop or is Mshosa Kwaito?
Tell me about some of the stuff then that you got involved with some Swiss rappers and Swiss artists and so on. How did that connection come about, EJ?
Well, about 3 years ago. 3 years ago we went to Switzerland on an exchange project. It was basically paid for by Pro Helvetia, that's the Swiss Arts Council here, along with the South African Embassy and various other sponsors.
Godessa was most known as being one of the first all-female hip-hop groups for many years. Many of their tracks have political themes, and the group has received criticism for their content and their music.
The buying audience wasn't big enough for hip-hop yet, and the commercial interest wasn't there.
They have reached both local and international audiences, while Dope St. Jude is credited for contributing to the emergence of the queer community in South Africa.
Who is this woman? You were like the most incredible thing, absolute goals. Your melanin was on fleek, your dreads, your rap skills were unparalleled.
Johannesburg is the commercial capital of South Africa's hip-hop scene, and most of South Africa's major labels and radio stations are located in Johannesburg. Several women MCs got their start in Johannesburg, including Ms Ntabi, QBA, Gigi Lamaine, Young and Black Rock, and Nadia Nagai. In 2018, the city of Johannesburg hosted an all-female rap hip-hop concert, Woman in Hip-Hop, Herstory. The concert was meant to highlight and acknowledge women and their role in history of hip-hop.
Shocked to find out just now, Gigi, that this is the first time we're seeing an all-female lineup at a hip-hop concert. I mean, we're way past the time that this should have actually happened.
The concert was hosted by Lute Love, Lee Kasumba, and Angela Yee, who was known for her role on the American radio show The Breakfast Club. Young M.A., an American rapper from Brooklyn, New York, was a headliner for the concert. South African hip-hop artists who performed or were honored included Nadia Nagai, Rouge, Gigi Lamaine, Moozlie, Godessa, Dope St. Jude, and Fifi Cooper. The period of 2018 to 2019 was like the golden age of female South African hip-hop, because Moozlie was doing her thing. Rouge was going even harder. The Koala was about to pop. Shoma Josie, she was going ham.
We used to be cool when I used to come through. Now you wanna act tough like Johnson.
Nadia Nagai, ham.
Nah, me, but you know I'm rowdy.
Moiti, what's that? And Faith Nkezi also dropped.
I'm a 10 out of 10. Your bitches are sick. She couldn't maintain me. I'm popping. I need an event.
I mean, we gotta mention Faith. Why y'all being like that?
I mean, locally, somebody who I think can 100% rap and can out-rap a lot of the guys is Gigi Lamaine.
Book it gets harder, bro. We are few alanga panda. They be props. We are panda. Abangani bayakanga.
In 2010, South African hip-hop evolved. Many female artists started their careers and found mainstream success. South African women in hip-hop also started to appear on online charts, such as those on streaming service Apple Music. So even though I feel like 2018 to 2019 is like the golden age of female South African hip-hop, right? We still need to understand that 2002 was a very important year as well for female hip-hop in the whole, because Godessa released their first single, which was ultimately the first single recorded as a female group, you know what I'm saying? And in 2005, Ms SUPA was the first female to be featured on Hype magazine. In 2006, Godessa released their first album. And then that same year, in 2006, it seemed like the female hip-hop industry was getting so much attention because Ms Ntabi got a feature from Reason. I think that's fire. So between 2002 to 2006, we could say that's the golden age, or we could say that's the beginning stage. You know what I'm saying? Let's call that the... Okay, right. You know, in hip-hop, we had the POC time, we had the Brasa Fanik Up time, and then we had the Pro time and the Double HP time. I feel like the 2002 to 2006 is the Double HP time, the Pro time, you know, the Legends time, the GOATs time. And I feel like the 2018 to 2019 period was the AKA, CAS, KO time, you know. The golden age we had in 2014 was what the woman had in 2018 to 2019.
There's always that thing of, damn, I want to actually just come on and be like, fuck y'all niggas, I'm the best. I literally, when I came out, there were no other female rappers that were doing what I was doing. I mean, there were Ms Ntabis and Cubas and Supas that were really killing it, but it was more underground backpack rap.
The South African Hip-Hop Awards, created in 2012, celebrates the achievements of South African hip-hop artists. Women have won many different titles at the awards. For example, Kanye Mabi was the first person to win the title of Best Female Rapper.
You guys are not even going to understand what it means to be a female rapper, because I'm going to change the whole game about being a female rapper. So yeah, you better stay tuned.
South African musician and poet Ntsiki Mazwai wrote an open letter to the South African hip-hop community, which criticized the community for being very, very masculine. Alternatively, Cosmic Mano, who is the organizer of the South African Hip-Hop Awards, stated that South African hip-hop is starting to become more inclusive and progressive.
It's so hard for a female rapper. We don't mean that the guys don't allow us in. We just mean that it's more of the audience. They don't necessarily take us seriously. But I'm finding right now that the more serious that we take ourselves, the more work that we put in, when we show that we're not just trying to get in because like I'm the chick and I can do it. I'm just saying I can do it.
Okay, so with that being said, right, I'm gonna make a bold statement. And I'm gonna say with my chest. I'm gonna even take off my... Damn, this thing failed when I was about to make my statement. The female big three, right? Roots definitely has to be in the big three. I don't care what you think. You can go argue with someone else, right? Roots is in the big three, right? Nadia Nagai, she has to be in the big three. There's no way you can't put Nadia Nagai in the big three because I feel Nadia made the female hip-hop industry commercial. You know, she was a presenter. She hosted the EMAs one time, bro. Who does that? That's some big, bro.
Yeah.
Because you need to be able to give a little bit more than just the bars.